So we're going to begin today's session with authenticity. I was watching someone today, and I saw the mirror. And the mirror is an always fun way to see the mirror. But not only did I see the mirror, but right below it was an opportunity to see incompatibility. And I thought, gosh, have I felt incompatibility for a lot of things in my life and a lot of relationships. And if I were truly honest with the incompatibility piece, I would have not gotten angry, not gotten upset, not pointed the finger. And I would say that most of my relationships that I have been in have been incompatible because there was always something I saw as a potential, but the current state of who they are, I was truly not interested in. This is hard for me to admit. When I was growing up, if I looked at the compatibility of my family, it's making me so nervous. I'm itching my face. Is that interesting? I'm itching. Like everything in me wants to itch. I would say that for the most part, we were incompatible. And one of the things over the last few days that caught me in a deep dive was the shaming of myself to try to have a relationship with what does not feel compatible. Now we're going to take it even wider and we're going to look at it from a collective consciousness. I would say to you collectively that society as a whole does not feel compatible to me. The choices that they make as a whole, the foundation of our integrities do not match, and how I've been going about it has been really interesting. So when I was watching this video of this girl, I realized that I saw her in me, but I couldn't see her at first. At first she annoyed me because I was like, why is she so angry? Right? But then I was like, it's the mirror, it's the mirror, it's the mirror. Where in you are you angry? Where in you can't you see you yet? And she's on point. She's talking about a lot of really great stuff, but from an angry standpoint. And I was like, that's me, but I can't see it. So thank God I just kept watching. So how many of you are watching me and you can't see you yet? That's a fun one. Anyways, I'll continue with myself. You do you. So that inauthenticity is all around me, right? So I'm in a world, and then so I instead create to be a light worker, and as I create to be this light worker, I'm still like this. It's like trying to be in a relationship with something that inauthentically does not match me. So I'm doing these YouTube channels and I'm sharing my process, and deep down inside, the truth is that I'm hoping that my processes will somehow inspire someone else's processes so we can move to a place that feels authentic to me, which is about pure love I am. But even getting to pure love I am, I've got to want to be in relationship with those that I see outside of me. So you can imagine at this point, my head is just twirling and spinning because how I fit in to an incompatible society is that I look at the society as wrong and then I try to change it by being the change, or I try to change it, but I'm still judging it. And in the judgment, things will never change. So this utopia ideology is never going to change. We're only going to be up against each other like this, right? In this incompatibility. that is deep. That is real deep. So that is still my ego. No matter how far down the rabbit hole I've gone, I'm still saying that's wrong and I'm right. It shouldn't be like this, it should be like this. How many of you can relate to that? And not having that relationship has been freaking an painful experience. So I've held out this one hope, an idea for a twin flame. And that's the story thus so far. So now, what do we do when we come up against this, right? Because it makes you feel helpless. When you come to an answer that you didn't know you were asking the question to. I didn't know I was asking the question to this. I just know I'm in the answer phase of that question, which is, how do we have compatible relationships with what stands before us, which is the entire world, without doing the pressing game? And that is surrender. Surrendering to knowing that it does not match my idealism. So therefore I stop wanting and trying to change that does not match me. And instead go into having a relationship inside myself, which does match me. The relationship inside myself with my life family does match me. And it allows me to go in now and see that the relationship I've always wanted is inside myself. And that's where I go. Dear Heavenly Father and Divine Mother, I see now that I was pressing against everything and everyone outside in this reality system, whether I was aware of it or not. I was encouraging others outside in this reality system in hopes that the reality system will change to meet my needs for divine light inside and out. And therefore I am the opposite version of a problem that I did not know I was. And I don't know how to change this, and I know that I want to change the parts in me of judgment to a society, judgment to a problematic energy that I've been contributing, which is, you're not worthy of love until you're like this. You can't have love until you're like this. And I want to change it, but I don't know how. I just see it. I see it, and I feel it deeply. And the good news is I don't want to shame myself. That means I no longer want to shame what is outside of myself for not being that from which I hope I wanted it to be. Because until that changed, I didn't feel like I could have the relationships inside myself I wanted to have. And that was like creating a doorway into an everlasting doorway that never would occur. And I do have the relationships inside of me. I have love and I have support. And I have kindness and I have generosity. And I have an incredible giving that you provide. And I want to say thank you. And I want to surrender parts of me in the collective, all parts of me in the collective, all parts of me in the egoic, all parts in my family lineage that was looking to change, was looking to be part of the healing, was looking to be part of anything other than what I was meant to be. I don't have to go through these sources to find this truth. And I thank you inside of me, and I thank you from the bottom of my heart that those outside of me are only the reflection in the mirror of the parts of me that may or may not one day come to this truth that we are loved. Each and every one of us, imperfected, inaudible, audible, good, bad, we are loved. We are not judged, we are loved. And this love feels good. It's almost like I didn't feel like I could receive this love until I fixed the world. It's like I didn't feel like I could feel this abundance and this support until I saw it out in the world. And the whole entire time I am feeling that support, but I can only see the mirror outside of myself not being that, so therefore I could not be that. This is deep. It is layers and layers and layers deep. So deep within me. I feel like I'm going back to the beginning of time. You know, you talk about the primordial soul, the primordial self. And it feels like it began with a fight against ourselves from a mirror perspective of the other. I think about it from the perspective of even like Adam and Eve, right? And someone had to be bad so someone could be good. And it's been this exhausting journey into pointing at another so I could then point at myself. And it's been going on for so long within me, this battle. Makes me want to say I love the me I see in me. I think I'm going to call this memory remembrance. I don't know what else to do except just be in this moment and it feels good here. It feels peaceful, like I don't have to output through this false idea. course, this brings me into my favorite crystal. My beautiful bird that I was lucky enough to have for 4 years. And I'm going to do some cards now and go deep within my light family. My most favorite relationship I've had thus so far. And with me, of course. Many blessings.